In this video, we are going to see how we can easily navigate within your timeline. So there are different methods. I will quickly go through each of them. The first one is use your mouse pointer. One is you can skim through your timeline and you can decide where you want to locate. This is one option. Second option is you can use your playhead. Like this, you can move your playhead. And another method is using the JKL, the magical keys which you remember. You can play or skim through your videos with this JKL key. If you press L for multiple times, your speed is getting increased. And if I press on J multiple times, it goes reverse. And the speed of this movement is dependent upon your number of tapping on this J or L keys. And next is to use your left and right arrow. Left and right arrow move your timeline frame by frame. Now I'm going to press on this timeline and then just going to hit on this right arrow, so you can see the number is getting moved by frame. And this is true for the left arrow. You can go reverse or back with left arrow. Now if you wanted to precisely move or navigate within your timeline, you can move by subframes. You need to press on option key to move subframes, but subframes movement, it may not be visible for you at this zoom level. So I'm going to increase the zoom level to the maximum. Now if you see, you can see my skimmer is moving subframes by subframe. You see that? It's slowly moving towards right or left. I can move. I'm just holding the option key and pressing on the right and left arrow. This is needed for you if you wanted to correct minor changes or precise editing on your clips. So I'm going to press on Shift Z and zoom to fit. And now the next is down arrow and up arrow. Down arrow and up arrow will move your skimmer. If you see, it's going to the next editing point. I'm pressing on the down arrow and each clip is selected because there are different edit points within that clip. And up arrow will reverse this process. And you can press on home key on your Mac computer. You might be knowing function plus left arrow is basically home. If you press function and left arrow, it will take you to the home or the beginning of your timeline. Function plus right arrow will take you to the end of your timeline. That's the end key. And another interesting method of navigating is using time code. You know what's a time code? Here is the time code of this project. So you can enter the time code, specific time code, and navigate to that specific time code. How do you do that? Use Ctrl P, then it will allow you to enter the time code. Say for example, if I wanted to move to 3 minutes and 15 seconds, I can enter 3, 1, 5 and then 0, 0. That's for the frame. Okay, so 3 minutes 15 seconds that you can see on your time code value. And then if you hit enter, notice that the playhead moved exactly at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And if you wanted to move to 3 minutes exactly, there is an easy method. You don't need to enter 300. Instead, you press Ctrl P and then enter 3 and then just press on dot. So dot will add 00 to seconds and frames. Now if you see, it's 3 minutes 00 second 00th frame. If you enter, the playhead moved exactly towards 3 minutes. And same way you can enter any value. If I wanted to move to the 1 hour, Ctrl P 1 dot dot dot. Now if you see the value, it's 1 hour 00 minute 00 second and 00 frame. And if I enter, it will take me to the 1 hour frame. But in our case, it's empty. That's why it's showing black screen on your viewer. And when you work with the time code, it's good to turn on the time code value here. If you click on this window and then you have different time codes, I'm going to show you the project time code here, so that the project time code will appear as a floating window. And now you can see where you are exactly at your timeline. So that's about the navigation, and there is one more navigation method. You can navigate within marker. When you learn marker, you can use control apostrophe and control semicolon to move within your markers. I'll quickly show you what a marker is for you now. I'm just going to press on M. That will add a marker for me. Did you see a small arrow mark came up over here? That's called marker. I will detail you what's marker in our coming videos. Now I'm going to enter one more marker here by pressing on M. Now I do have two markers. One is over here and next is over here. I can use control semicolon and control apostrophe to navigate between markers. And finally, another method of navigate within your timeline is using the timeline index. So here is the index button over on your left hand side of your screen, and if you click on it, it will show you the timeline index, and you can see all your clips that are located in your timeline. If you see, it's arranged in the chronological order. So if you click on each clip, you can see that your timeline is moving or navigating towards right. So you can navigate your timeline using the timeline index. And timeline index has got different functions. Now it's selected as all. If you change it to video, only videos will shows up and audios will be excluded. And if you do wanted to see only the audio in your timeline, you can click on audio and see how many audios are present. And if you wanted to see the titles that are inserted in your timeline, there is only one title that's located here. I'm going to change it to all, and in timeline index you can enter the notes if you want. If you wanted to say check again, you can give a note, and that will be useful when you finalize your video. You can come here and do any kind of checking on this particular clip. So any note that you can insert in this timeline index.